It's something very special here at AIC, and you should enjoy it and honor it and respect what they do because they've meant a lot to this region. As mentioned, I received a degree here from AIC when I was mayor. It was kind of interesting because I went to Springfield College too, right down the road. And having a degree from Springfield, an education from AIC, as I used to say. Got a degree from Springfield and an education from AIC. So as a politician, when I went to Springfield, I said, you know, I got a degree from AIC, but I got an education from Springfield. So Dick Flynn, the president at Springfield College, realized what I was doing, and he gave me an honorary degree to end the debate. It's one way to get an honorary degree. It's not the best way, but it is one way to get an honorary degree. So let me just say that this little exercise here, the Model Congress, I think you're going to reflect upon for many years. And you'll see that this high school experience is something you're going to remember for many years. I remember my senior year, right down the street at Long Meadow High School. I don't want to necessarily tell you the date, it's a couple years behind you. But I'll tell you what happened that year. It was 1968. It was April of 1968. And I was just leaving baseball practice at Long Meadow High School. And got the word that Martin Luther King had been assassinated. In June of that year, as I was preparing to take my English final to go on to college, I got the word from my father that Robert Kennedy had been assassinated in California after winning the Democratic primary for president. Same year. This comes after, of course, the assassination of President Kennedy in 1963 by the lone gunman Lee Harvey Oswald, if you want to be your government, which I don't. And Vietnam was in full gear. It was a pretty interesting time to be a high school senior. It was very interesting. And I'm not sure we've had a time like that since. And if you look at what's going on today, not a lot has really changed, has it? We're fighting a war in Afghanistan? Really? We're fighting terrorism in Afghanistan. Just wound down a war in Iraq because there were weapons of mass destruction there. You don't remember that? And how many young people we lost there in Afghanistan? We're still fighting for civil rights, as Martin Luther King was doing. You know, in those days, it was discrimination against people of color. People were not allowed to vote. Today, we're fighting about marriage equality. That is the civil rights battle of today. And we'll see how the Supreme Court decides that issue this coming session. So, not a whole lot has really changed relative to war and to civil rights. One thing has changed. We have a dysfunctional Congress. In the old days, in the 60s, at least we had the ability to get along. Yes, we were divided between party lines, but there always seemed to be a resolution to the issue at hand. Today, we're dysfunctional. The fiscal cliff is a perfect example of that. We're not over the cliff yet. We'll see what happens in the next few months. But do you really think that it's going to be resolved by the United States Congress? We are so divided in this country. It's unfortunate. And one of the lessons I'll bring to you, and hopefully the messages, is that there are going to be differences of opinion. You know that by debating the issues that you debated this weekend. You know that. But it's essential for you to come together in the end and find a common ground. Now, you don't have to win every issue. You don't have to compromise your principles. I'm a liberal. I'm a Kennedy liberal, very proud of it. That doesn't mean I'm right on all the issues. You know, I have friends that are right-wing conservatives. And we fight like cats and dogs. But it seems to me that we should be able to come to middle ground, whether you are way to the left or way to the right, for the betterment of a city, of a state, or a nation. And that really is a challenge to you, because you can do much better than my team has done. Much, much better. We should not be in this divide that we have in this country today because people want to stick to their principles. Well, we all have principles, but we all have to come to the middle to reach that common ground to move the country ahead. What about the bigger picture? About doing something for your city, for your town, for your country. Not as a group, necessarily, individually. Make a difference. I think you can, and I think you will. Thank you for your time.